Good morning. What's up? Hey man, what's up? Alright. What are we doing today? What are we doing today? What are we doing today? This is what we're doing today. Same thing we do every day, Pinky. Try to make awesome artwork. What's up, Iger? How you doing? Alright. Which part are we going to work on today? That's the question. I feel like that warm-up was quite successful. Let me just pull it back a little. There we go. Hello from Brazil. Good morning from California. I think we're going to either work on the face or the hand today. Face or the hand. We gotta work on this as well. Holy schmolies, pardon me. What do I think about the ZBrush Cintiq Pro 32? I haven't actually tried it. But I've... Feet. You know me, I hate feet. I've made my career on an Intuos Pro. I've actually never even used a Cintiq, so... It's probably large and pretty and awesome. But for me, a little much. It's a little much. I ain't got that kind of money to throw around. But if I did, I may actually get one. But I haven't actually used it. Yeah, those feet, we do need to do some feet stuff. Holy cow. Excuse me, I keep yawning in you guys' ear. I'm thinking either hand or face. I'm thinking I'm gonna skip over the feet today. I'm not feeling the feet. Not feeling the feet, bro. Let's see, I think once we get a couple more people here, we may take a vote between hands and feet. What do you want to work on today, Brendon? Bamboo or Intuos? I would say Intuos. It's arm day every day. Every day's arm day. This dude was... I think we were still on Dynamesh for this guy. Yeah, we were still on Dynamesh. The Dyna. Were we actually? Let's see. Let's duplicate this guy off real quick. Isolate. Oof. It's 512. That was closer. Okay. We got about got about 30 people here so far. Alright, so I'm gonna put it up to vote for you guys. You guys feeling more finer details in the face and getting that closer to final? Or are you feeling hands? Taking the hands from here and getting them closer to final. Head or hands? Head or hand? What do you guys feel? What do you guys feel like? Don't say feet. Face. I got a face. Okay. Tiki 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 tiki. 50-50. Hands and feet. Or hands and face. Alright. Well, while we're waiting, let's just start having some fun. How about that? I can't make up my mind. That's why I'm putting. that's why I'm giving it to you guys. Feet. Stop at the feet. I'm not doing feet. Okay, got a couple for hands. $50, $25, $25. Is that a code? Is that code for hands? You bastard. You bastard. Alright. Okay, got another one for hands. Whoa. Alright. I think we're gonna do hands here. Sometimes it's nice to take a vote. And I think we got 4 hands and two face. Oh, another one. It's pretty close, though. It's pretty close. Now the hand's got a lot of work to do. It might take us some time. Alright, let's do the hands. Calling it. And from feet to anything is okay. Alright. I think we're going to do the hands this morning, guys. The hands. Thanks, Anthony. I want to recount. Alright, let's see how we're going to do this. Let me grab some. Okay. Let's figure out what the thumbnails or the nails are actually going to do first. So let's look at layers. We're on that. So let's just create a new layer. We'll call it hands. Sure, you can find my ArtStation at just go to ArtStation and look up Brendon Isaiah Bengtson. You'll be able to find it there. All right, so let's try to block these in. I just want to get the overall proportions of them first, and then we'll decide on how they are they going to extend off of here. Are they going to be short nails? Are they going to be long nails? Is it going to be snail mail? For this particular project, I'm not going to retopo. This whole particular project is going to be for statue and collectible pipeline. That's why he's all posed out and everything. If you guys are interested in following on the Horizon Zero Dawn guy that I'm working on, he is in the final stages of baking at the moment. But I'm doing all that on my personal channel. If you guys want to follow me on my personal channel, it's right there. Double check the spelling. Double check the spelling. It's Bengtson. But I've been doing all of the baking and everything for the Horizon Zero Dawn character that I've been working on, which seems like forever. But we're getting actually close to getting him into Substance Painter. But since this is a Pixelogic stream, I want to do mostly Pixelogic ZBrush stuff here. Hence why I'm not doing it on this particular stream. Okay. How do those feel? Yeah, those feel okay. Those feel okay. Sup from China. How you doing, China? How you doing, China? Andres, thanks, bud. Appreciate it. Alright, so the next, what I want to do is I want to make sure that these shapes that are on the fingernails, that they're actually, they don't look dug in. They actually look like form changes. I have not started the Patreon thing yet. I'm still kind of judging on if I have enough time. I apologize if you've reached out and shown interest. I just want to make sure that if I pull the trigger, I say yes, let's do this, that I'm able to dedicate enough time. Let's pull this form out a little bit, and we're gonna push this in. Push this in. And then we're gonna pull some of this form out. So what I want to happen is not necessarily have just this little line like this, to separate the thumbnail from the skin. What I want to do is I want to have that form break be the difference between the form that's on this side and the lack of, or the different form on that side. Right, something like that. So that when the light rolls over it, you actually get the form change. You get the division from the form change and not just from digging in. So I'll build this up a little bit and pull this down. And then we smooth things out a little bit. Let's pull this down. Now when we come back in, we add that little bit of a line. It just makes that form read that much better. Right, you're starting to catch this little light right here. Gail, what's up, buddy? How you doing, man? Hello from Korea. What's up, dude? Why do we do creases on the skin in animation? Are they not needed? Um, they would be used. But this particular guy is not going to get animated, though. Just to reiterate, this particular project, even though I do mostly video game art on these streams, this one is going to actually be for collectible and statue pipeline. They may want a little bit more there. Kind of want a little bit more form underneath, so that when I see it, I can actually see part of the thumb on the bottom part of the thumb. Nice, man. Getting ready for the weekend. This is how I start my weekend. Saturday, 6 a.m. Streaming with you cats. Okay. So we're going to do that to the rest of them real quick. What's up, Luis? How you doing, buddy? Alright, so pull in on this form. Pull out here. And these forms will be really important because they'll be sticking out here. Alright, there's no hiding that. So we really want to make sure that we really nail the forms before we get into all those final details. Right now I think you'll have nicely manicured nails. And then once we get all the forms in and everything, I think then we'll start playing with the difference in shapes and stuff. Don't want this to be so curved. Yeah, I think pretty soon I'm actually going to start working with alphas. I try to keep myself from going too far down the alpha path and fine detail path until the very, very end. So I really want to make sure that all the major forms read first before I start getting into alpha work. But yes, I do plan on using alphas. I think it adds a great mix-up towards the end. Okay, I want a different plane change here as well. If I'm going super high res detail, then yeah, I'm almost always using some kind of alpha. It adds way more believability if you're doing realistic stuff. I don't use it just alphas though. You know, I'll throw some alphas down and then sculpt around them, and then throw more alpha down, sculpt around that. Okay, forms are reading. Hands are fun. actually. You know, I for a long time I really hated sculpting hands or drawing hands. Sculpting hands is actually pretty fun now. I think it's actually the only Gumroad that I have out at the current time is hand sculpting. Yeah, I know that he probably doesn't give himself manicures. Um, but I want to get all of the forms in first. I want to get all the forms in. What do you mean by fan? Yeah. So this is fan art. I'm not endorsed by Sony Santa Monica or affiliated with them in any way. This is just showing some love for the game. I thought it'd be fun. This is all strictly just personal personal fun work. You guys excited for Game Plus mode here soon? What's up, Joanne? How you doing? Craig, how you doing, buddy? Yes, fan art. Yep. Yes, sir. Yeah. All fan art for the moment. It just it just comes from, I think, personal taste, really. Um, when I started this, I was playing the new God of War quite a bit. I was like, you know what? It was twofold, really. I was playing God of War, and the other one was, I've been doing game art for quite a while now. What I really want to do is start doing some actual collectible work. It's like, yeah, you know what? What better way to practice than to practice? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Okay. Shapes of reading. How's the job? The job's going awesome, man. Job is going awesome. Not much better than being able to work on dope characters for video games all day. Yes. So this is just you guys. Anybody else that's getting here? This is the troll from God of War here. That's the guy I'm working on, or a small variant of him. But this is where mostly what I'm pulling from. God of War. Yeah, see these subtle forms are starting to work now. it's um it's definitely a dream job what I'm working on now, but it's been a long road getting there, man. Finally paying off. Crystal Dynamics is a really awesome company too, so that always helps. Let's pull this out a little bit. It's funny. My wife is a nurse, a pediatric nurse, and you know she comes home after work and, oh, how's your day? It just, I can't really complain when it comes down to uh you know other jobs like that. Some days I'm like, God, you know somebody messed up my UVs and I had to re-UV this thing, and You know, like then the director came over and he was like, "Hey, can you change that?" And I'm like, "Oh man, I just spent 2 days on this thing, and now I gotta go resculpt this dude's face, and you know, it's just not that terrible, you know." And my wife was like, "Yeah, well, this, you know, I was dealing with feces and vomit all day. Like, I have nothing to complain about." When you work a dream job, it's really tough to complain. Animator broke my model. Yeah, that's another one. Or the rigger. It's really tough to complain. No, I do not. I don't work for Pixelogic. This is just um, me taking some of my personal time to help Pixelogic on their Twitch channel. But I don't get paid for any of this. I'm here on my own time. 'Cause I love y'all. Let's right. Yep. Yep. Yeah, sure, man. No problem. Not here to just do work, but I'm here to hang out with you guys. I could do this on my own time, but really it's about hanging out with you fine young cannibals, answering some questions, showing some of my workflows, just hanging out with my extended artistic fam, you know? Yep, Square Enix, Crystal Dynamics is a part of the larger Square Enix family. So yes, technically I work for Square Enix as well. Oh, you just said the B word. Gale. 6 a.m. beer? Man, I haven't done that since college. Yeah. Nurses, if you want to hear some crazy stories, talk to nurses. They got some crazy ones. For sure. Yeah. So like my wife's like, yeah, oh, how was your day? I'm like, it was great. Fantastic. It's really good. All right. Kind of try to flatten these guys out just a little bit. All right. Let's see how those are reading. Feels good. I think we can start. It's definitely a large entity. I don't know if you guys actually heard, but it was announced on Monday that Crystal Dynamics opened a new office. Opened a whole new studio in Seattle. Seattle? Somewhere in Washington. It's called Crystal Northwest. Whole new studio. Our brothers in arms up in the Northwest. Alright. Let me start emphasizing where these knuckles are. What's up, Indy? Where are you at? I feel like this one needs to actually be more here. Yeah, hear that though, man. It's tough uprooting the fam. So I'm just going to shift this knuckle location a little bit. Nebraska. Ooh, yeah, there's not much out there, man. A lot of open space. Yeah, weird things happen when you're on oxygen, right? Um, I can't really say too much about what Square is working on, but um, the game that I'm working on right now is the at Crystal Dynamics is the Avengers project. Almost getting better with tech, really? Google just opened. Well, Google's got a place everywhere. I'm sure some of the first settlers on the moon would notice that Google already has a base there. You know? Okay. And we start mapping in some of the larger forms here. So I really want to emphasize the tops of the knuckle. Top of the knuckle. Okay. Go. You can see the ligaments coming in through here. Omaha, huh? Every time I hear Omaha, I always think about Peyton Manning. Every time he would hike the ball, he's like, Omaha, Omaha. Alright, we'll pull back on these just a little bit here so we just kind of get those forms happening. Just want to make sure that these forms are really reading under there. Alexander asks, is something changed in your workflow for character and game props creation with new features of ZBrush 2018? I think one of uh, the new features of ZBrush are amazing. The downside for production wise is that it's not so like the two main ones are Sculptris Pro, which is amazing, and then like Project Primitives, and all of these new bad boys. I don't really use these too much in my normal day-to-day, and unfortunately the Sculptris Pro just completely nukes your UVs. So a lot of times, working in the game pipeline, you're already working on a model that has its own UVs, so you can't really do too much with nuking those, which is unfortunate. But in the earlier stages, when you're blocking out, a mesh, you're doing just the early stages. Sculptris Pro works really well. It's also better if you're doing more like 3D concept work. You're not really worried about the whole production pipeline, and we're just going to start adding some hints of what the knuckles are going to look like here. Just a couple hints. So in my own personal work at work, I don't use Sculptris Pro too much, mostly for those reasons. Okay. And we'll hit some inflate on these guys real quick. Just try to get some subtle form plane changes happening. Alright, I'm gonna hit some more inflate in here. Okay. Now let's start to... A lot of those forms are reading pretty well. I think we're at a point now where we can really start getting into kind of some more of the nitty-gritty stuff. I do wish that I had a little bit more geo down here, though. I'm just starting to kind of fall apart, and I don't think it's actually going to hold up. Let's see how many polys we got on this guy. 2 million. Thinking that there's not enough geo to hold up on this. Milky Bar, what's up? How you doing? What up, girl? So right now I'm trying to consider whether I'm going to pull this off or not. Maybe what I may have to do I may have to actually split the hand off. So I'm not really too excited about. I'm thinking. Well, regardless, I do need more. I need more resolution. Let's see. Well, let's just keep going. Let's see what we can get away with for the time being. Just kind of map in some of these. Reference. Okay, so you got one coming through here, and then one coming through here. And one gonna come up, meet that one, and then we'll have one more come up here. Such a weird angle. I got a better idea. Why don't we do this? Haha! I win. Okay. So I'm just gonna start digging in some of these areas here. It is a handy reference, you know, when all else fails, use your own reference. So I'm just gonna do some plane changes, some form change here. So we got this. We've got this. Whoa, not that one. Not that brush. Okay, so we got this one that comes in here. This one that comes in. Something like that. And this will be a little bit more rounded. Through there. Just kind of smooth this out. That's handy. Meh. So, you know, we won't see this too much down here, but it's always anytime you can get an opportunity to work on practice, you know, why not? Why not, man? I'm not under a strict deadline for this thing, so I'd rather get a little bit more practice working on hands at this point. So I'm going to flush out most of this stuff in here just for my own gain, because I'm selfish like that. Yeah, definitely going to need more resolution in the hands. Yeah. pull this down. You need a little bit more room. A little bit more room for the pad there. A little more curvature. There we go. That's a little bit better. Okay. What I want to make sure is that I nail this side right here. So I want to make sure these two ligaments that come in here look really good too. So we got 1, 1, 2. There we go. So we'll catch a little bit of that light as we kind of move around. You probably won't be able to see it much, but we want to make it look good. So those two things kind of fizzle out a little bit, and then these kind of flow over those forms. Pull this out just a little bit. Okay. Let's start doing some secondary lines through here. Wish there was something, there was a way where I'm trying to do some strokes that begin off the model that I can like hold down like shift or something, or hold down something, and it would freeze the rotation abilities so that I can literally just like start my stroke off the model and then actually bring it through. It's really kind of annoying when you're just trying to get like this nice move going, and then you're like, "Wah!" Maybe the next time I talk to the ZBrush dudes and dudettes for feature requests, we'll put that in. Anybody else have that issue? Cause man, it's a little 1, 2. Okay. So we're gonna have these guys down here, and then we'll have another ones the other side here. Ooh, yeah, that would be awesome. Throw it up to Ask ZBrush. Because who knows, there may be a way. Those sneaky ZBrush guys. There's already so much in ZBrush that it may actually already be in there. Okay. So starting to refine some of the forms here. I feel like maybe we need a little bit more here. Okay, now we'll go back up. This is the nice thing about having subdivision levels, is that you can go down to subdivision levels and really work on shape. And then come back up, and it really holds a lot of that small tertiary detail. So nice. Come back up, all that nice tertiary detail stays relatively the same. Alright, let's take a look at what we've done so far here. Okay, that was before. Yeah, making some progress. Oh yeah. These still bug me a little bit. So I think what I'm going to do is let's store morph target. Let's bring this back up. Let's save first. Anytime I do morph target, I always save it first. I tend to get a sickening feeling, a crash feeling every once in a while there. So BMO. Let's pull this back. Doesn't quite feel right. I love the morph brush. It is amazing. Actually, it looks like he's kind of missing a little bit, or this is a little too far down. Wondering if we can thicken that up just a little bit, or at least even it out. That's a little bit better. I think we're missing the wrist piece out here. Maybe we'll just try to landmark that. This is all, the outside part is a little bit higher. Alright, Gail, take it easy, buddy. Man, yeah, you gotta do some Twitch streaming, dude. We gotta see that amazing anatomy stuff in the practice. Good to catch you though, buddy. Save us, Joseph. Later, Gail. Take it easy, man. Okay, we got our wrist. So it's a little bit what is that, the ulna on the outside is a little bit higher and more prominent. So that feels good. Feels good. Alright, let's see if we can nail these ligaments here. One's coming up there. How about we look at some reference? Wrist ligaments. Let's see if I can grab some here. Maybe those aren't called ligaments. Why don't we just do inner wrist? Not inner wrist tattoos. In this particular one, this is these two here. Kind of what I'm going for. See if there's any better ones here real quick. Yeah, I think that's good enough. So those ones right there are what I'm looking for. So one of them starts here. Let's actually do this. Let's ghost these for now. Let's get ourselves a nice even palette. And then now we have I feel like they need to be a little bit wider. What's up, Caliber? How you doing? Actually, that feels a little bit better. Maybe go down one more subdivision level. Really bring those back out. We really just kind of want them to come in a little bit more apparent in the lower wrist here, but then really disappear back through here. I'm good, man. Things are good. And then they kind of hide underneath the hand. There we go. Alright, now I think we can get back to how some of these roll with that. We can do something like that. Sure, let's go with that for now. So we'll kind of start creeping some of this information a little bit on the sides. All right. Let's So this side of the hand will be pretty important here as well. So just kind of want to get most of this regular detail in before I start going a little bit crazy with making it more interesting. If you guys are actually interested in the full-on construction and how I do hands, I've actually got a Gumroad tutorial on that. If you're interested, you can go to just search my name under Gumroad, or check out my website, which is bengtsondesigns.com, and on the front page there's a link to the hand tutorial. You can find it either on Gumroad or ZBrush, on both of those. So I go through basically how to sculpt the hand from nothing. From nothing. Thank you! Okay. Oh, I missed you. Where have you been? Where have you been? Thank you for doing that. Oh, thanks, man. I'm just happy people get stuff out of it. Whoa, stop. Nope. Nope. I'm just happy that it helps people, you know? You have to pull some of this out. This feels a little bit flat in there. See how flat that was? Not cool, man. Not cool. Okay. I think maybe just working on the fingertips a little bit before we kind of mutilate them. Right now they're just a little too pointy. What I'd like to do is get the fingernail closer to the actual edge of the finger here. So this is just kind of how I like working. I like getting my construction down first, and then once the construction feels good, then I kind of take it into crazy sauce town. I'm gonna work on this a little bit. It's still a little bit functified. Just pull this out just a little bit. Alright. So this finger's, looking at the thickness of this finger versus the thickness of that finger, this finger doesn't feel quite as thick. So what I'm going to do is just add a little bit of thickness to this. Kind of want them to have big chunky hands anyways. That feels better. What's up, Mordan? How you doing? You've always been curious how this is done. What this are you referring to? Okay. I think we're good with the overall construction. And now we can get to doing some functified stuff. Some functified. Let's see how it looks with everything here. Just looks kind of normal. Something about that pinky is bugging me though. I don't know what it is yet. Something about the pinky's bugging me. Come back later. Alright. So now we'll create a new layer, call it hands alt. Alright. Let's do it. What kind of fingernails do we want? We want something a little bit different. Not so nicely manicured. Maybe we'll do... Oh, okay, gotcha. How the whole sculpting games and all that stuff. Maybe we'll do just a little bit of something like that. Manky toenails. I think maybe we'll do just like kind of just break the surface just a little bit, break the silhouette just a touch. I think we'll start with that. Yeah, we'll get into some cracks and stuff for sure. Maybe what we can do is even, I think maybe this is too short. Maybe that's it. And we can add a little bit more curvature to them. I don't think I'm going to have enough geo to do cracks. I don't know if I don't have what it takes, man. Pull this back regardless here. Irregardlessly-ishnessly. Alright. Then maybe what we'll do... Maybe we'll just chew up some of these shapes here. Yep, we could do that as well. What we can do is we can even start getting in here and even just doing some offset. Ooh. Ooh. Ouch. Ouch. I'll start pulling out some of this. Holy cow, it's 7:15 already? Where's time go, man? Where does time go? I think maybe what we do is just work on one or two fingers just to see how some of these pieces look and they're all jacked up. And then if we like that, then we'll maybe propagate that to the other ones. It's always a good idea, or at least what I try to do is when I'm kind of experimenting a little bit, is to kind of localize my experiment, and then if that looks good, then you can propagate it throughout the rest. Just past midnight. Hey, you guys are in the future. Damn, Australians always future into me. We'll just add some of this stuff happening. You know, maybe we can add a hint of... Do I stream texturing part 2? I'm very interested in UV mapping and texturing part in ZBrush. I do some of that on my personal channel. You can find my personal channel right there. twitch.tv/Brendon Isaiah Bengtson. I'm actually working on... You know what? Let me show you guys real quick. Let me save this. Let me save. What I'll do is... change login. Yeah, we'll do that. Hold on 1 second. One second. Just gotta switch my Marmoset license over real quick. Come on. Do the thing. There we go. Transfer license. There you go. Okay. Open recent. Okay, well that's opening. We'll get back to this guy. But I'm doing baking and texturing right now for the Horizon Zero Dawn character that I've been working on for a little while. So I'm not doing it on this particular stream because I'm not really using ZBrush at that point. So if you'd like to follow along, I would suggest following me on my personal channel if you are so inclined. So maybe we'll take this and do the same thing. Just pull that back a little bit. Here's the guy that I was working on for a while, actually on the ZBrush channel. If you want to go see this dude in from the inception, you could still, I think, go back and see most of them on ZBrushLIVE.com under my page. But this is all baked down. That's the geo. We come in here. So this is most of the time what I'm working towards when I'm sculpting in ZBrush. So if we come into render wireframe, there you go. There's a wireframe. So yeah, this is the dude that I'm working on currently in my personal streams. So I'm pretty happy with the bakes so far. Most of these actually have cavity maps on. Let me turn those off real quick. So yeah, we're getting some good bakes out of it. So if you'd like to follow along my personal, this is the guy that I'm actually working on. And we're going to take him all the way through all the baking, and texturing will be next. Thanks, guys. Well, I like adding a little bit of the cavity map here, just to push some of those details a little bit more. But yeah, that's what we're working on. That's what we're working on. How large of a company employee-wise is Pixelogic? I have no idea. Let's see. Yeah, that feels like it hurts a little bit. Maybe we'll continue with this. Bring my Z intensity down a little bit. I just want to pull that back just a little bit so we can start seeing just a touch. The volume's too low, or am I just talking too low? Anybody else having a problem with the volume? See, I'm running out of resolution down here. I don't like that. Everybody else is good? Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what that is, Chris. I think it's you, bro. Just kidding. Okay, we getting all clears? Cool. Even so, it's a good check. Like an unexpected bonus. Yeah. So what I want to make sure that I don't do is do the same stuff. So I'm thinking maybe try to break it up just a little bit. How long do you think it takes to learn sculpting characters? It's really on you. You know, it really depends on what level of knowledge you have of anatomy to begin with. You know, are you new to art? How well do you pick up on new things? How well do you absorb information? How much time you have to practice? 10,000 hours. That's a good quick answer. Takes quite a bit amount of time because it's really just about learning, teaching your eye to see things, and then executing. And then building in time to make mistakes and learn from them. Maybe this one's chipped down. Ouch. Ouch. My daughter says she's starting to well, she's like 3.5, so she's doing a lot of talking, but she's still she got like a little bit of a lisp, which is freaking cute. But she starts like, you know, if she says something like ouch, she says ouch. Ouch. It's funny. You kind of have to be there, I guess. Yeah, look at the light catching off of this one. Nice. Maybe he's got the drug pinky. Uh-oh. No! Alright. Cross your fingers, everybody, that we get save on crash. Save. Save it. Save it. Rip. Rip. Yes, I am at Crystal Dynamics. Alright, recovered. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Woohoo! Save on crash wins again. Look at that. No, I was not part of the Tomb Raider that's coming out. I've been on the Avengers project since I got there. I am looking forward to playing the new Shadow of the Tomb Raider, though, which comes out very soon. Very soon. Let's save this first. Save it! Yeah, the new Tomb Raider looks like a lot of awesomeness. Yeah, where was I? Maybe he's got like a really long. No, not a VR one. It's a full release for console. I think so. You can also always just go right up here to quick save, and then you can hit 9 on your keyboard for quick save, or you can just go to save as and set a save a shortcut for that. I don't know if there's one offhand. Can never play a video game, maybe too busy looking at all the artwork. Yeah, that's kind of me. I'm the guy that like sits in the corner and like stares at the walls, or like walk up to somebody and just stare at their model for a while. Do I start from a sphere? It really depends on what I'm working on. For this particular one, you can actually go back to the on ZBrushLIVE.com and go into my streaming page. You can actually go back and re-watch the original blockouts. They're all available there. But in this particular one, I actually used just some. Maybe it's this that's too small. I think that's it. Trying to figure out what the hell's going on with this pinky, man. It looks good from the side, but thinking maybe we can rotate it. Let's try. Let's try to fix this real quick. But anyways, usually I start from a base mesh when I'm doing a character. I just unless I'm doing an actual like anatomy practice for myself. There's no. I mean, I've done lots of anatomy stuff, so I don't really need to start from the very beginning every single time. So a lot of times I'll actually start with using a base mesh. Maybe this is. I think maybe the side of his hand needs to come out more too. But I always encourage people to spend the time in the areas of that's not wasted. You know what I mean? Not wasted, but um, that's best utilized. So if you know your anatomy and you're comfortable with sculpting anatomy, start with the base mesh. Then there's no reason to start with the wheel, you know, to begin. That feels a little better. Also wondering maybe I can get a little bit more. What if we bring all of this down a little bit and get this nice plane change from the forearm? Where we get like this nice, like this line and then kind of like this under swoop happening, where you just kind of like got that nice, like this type of feel. I probably should have done that on, on a different. Yeah, it feels a little bit better. Right now it's just kind of like, meh, here's my hand. Now it's a little bit more posed there. I think I kind of like that better. You got a nice break in the silhouette now. It's definitely more apparent. I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna stick with it. Yeah, we're just gonna move forward. Maybe he's got this like little short, stumpy pinky. That's why he's so mad. His pinky is so small. Ah, I'm gonna wreck it. Alright, let's turn this layer back on. I'm just kind of straighten out some of these pieces here now. I think the other thing too is that this is see how the axis of this is finger is pointing this way, and the axis of this is pointing this way, and then this one's pointing this way, and this one's pointing this way. I think that's another thing that's a little bit funky. So I think what I'm gonna do is let's actually go down to like 2 here. I don't want to mess with the details that are there. I think what I'm gonna do is just try to rotate this. There's another issue here. Okay. This is here, this is here, this is here. This one's coming back this way, so definitely need to. Wonder if I could just jimmy it this way without actually having to do a rotate. That feels a little better. Now head back up. Cool. All right, let's start doing some of this this little detail here real quick while we got some time left. So we'll do hand wrinkles. Wrinkles. Hand wrinkles. All right. So let's just start having some fun here. Let's do a little bit more. Just gonna start adding a little bit of texture. Ugh. Hate that. And scars. Scars would be good too. Just start laying in some of this groundwork. Yes, get ZBrush. Do it. And if you look at your hand really closely, when you see the dividing line between the print, like your fingerprint area, and like the actual like outer skin area, you see this really cool fall off happening like right around this. It's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool. You got like this kind of this type of kind of pattern coming in through there. And then on here, we just have kind of this print, much smaller print. This type of action. It's cool, this kind of border region where you got things that are a little bit bigger. Man, I really need more resolution in there. But you know what? I don't really need more resolution, because if this is going to be a print, like, you know, we're not going to get too close, right? So the print is really not going to be able to carry too much of the detail. So maybe it's a good thing that I don't have enough. Maybe it may keep me grounded. Pull this back out just a little bit. And I could go and actually try to start looking for some alphas for this, but yeah, we only got about 20 minutes left or so. So I don't want to spend too much time digging around for alphas that I don't really know where they are at this point. So I'm gonna just kind of do some of this stuff by hand, see how it turns out. See if we can get some interesting stuff happening. Yeah, exactly. For printing, I'm probably not going to get a lot of this detail anyway, so it's probably a good thing that I don't have a whole lot of detail down here, because it will force me to focus on the big reads and not the super small tertiary detail, right? Now what I can do is I can accentuate that detail by using forms, right? So if I come in here and instead of just using all of this where it like cuts in, instead could do something like what we were doing for the skin for the back that we were working on last time, where I can actually, pull out some of the forms. Alright, so come back in with my inflate brush and start just pulling out some of these forms a little bit. So that way those details will read better. Right? It might be a little bit much, but we'll see. I'll just pull some of these back a little bit. Just hit it with a quick inflate in some of these areas, just to pull some of those pieces out. And then when you get down to this level of detailing, it's good to use kind of a combination of alphas and sculpting. What I should really be doing is looking for some alphas, but at this point we'll just start with this, and then what I'll do probably for next stream, I'll do some searching in my own archives for some alphas, and then we'll kind of get into combining alpha and sculpt work. Now I just kind of want to get this border established. Yeah, details inside of details inside of details. Yeah, it's starting to feel kind of cool. The other thing too is you can even do kind of like maybe a little ledge. Sure. That's interesting. Alright, maybe we'll kind of continue. James! What's up, buddy? How are you, sir? Are there 3D, are there fingerprint alphas that got shipped with ZBrush? I don't remember. Doing the coffee thing, yeah. How are you, James? How's things, buddy? Alright, we'll start getting a little bit of this kind of breakup. Fingerprint breakup. Sit in the bath and you have long enough and you have some good wrinkle ref. This is very true. Of course, that wrinkle ref is a little bit different though. That's like soggy wrinkles. Yeah. Let me start pulling out some of these pieces. It's so tough not to subdivide this and try to get more details through here. Ugh. Yeah, just trying to get some details through here. Yeah, maybe I'll hit some inflate here. Start bringing out some of this. Just give a little bit of a... Okay. Got it, phone. Got a notification for me. Hey, pay attention to me. Pay attention to me. That inflate just adds that so nice, ever so subtle life back into your surface. Love it. Love it. Yeah, that's starting to look cool. Thanks, Shippin'. Appreciate it, man. It's all about that form language, you know? Just making sure that you hit those forms well first, and then shine beautiful forms. Don't shine crap. Make sure that you work on the forms first. Then it makes everything else look good. Yes, oh. Let me just start emphasizing some of these pieces. You just what is really important is to get the forms down, then you start just laying in some details, and then those happy accidents start happening, you know? And then once you start looking at what you have down, you can really start pulling out some of those pieces, you know? Figuring out, oh yeah, that one looks good. Maybe we'll do some cross sections through here, you know? Maybe we'll pull something out through there. I've been studying most of my life, really. Question is, how long did I study? I'm always studying. Always, always, always. But it's really about, I think one of the main tricks of upping your game is just learning how to learn, you know? Training your eye to see things is, I think, one of the most important things that you can do to expedite the awesome process, you know? And that really just consists of sticking with your major art fundamentals, you know? Form, pattern, repetition. Oh, I mean a ZBrush. I've been in ZBrush for about 5 years. Sent off for a course bit from the back of a ZBrush comic. That's funny. Hannibal, dude, you missed everything, bro. We're actually about to wrap up. We worked on the hand today. So here's what we did. Bup, bup, bup. So here's where we started today. And then we worked on some form language. The form language. And then we worked on an overall form. And then adding a little bit more character into the hands. And then now we're starting to work on wrinkle detail. Just really trying to kind of get the overall feel of how some of the skin's going to be working. But yeah, it's really about learning how to learn. You know, how do your forms work? You know, can you see the things that are wrong? Can you see the things that can get improved? That's the important stuff. You know, are you using small, medium, and large shapes? Are you using good breakup? Are you using pattern and repetition? Just learning and seeing those things, it really makes all the difference. Because once you start seeing those things, then you can start correcting yourself. You know. And then you start making better decisions, and things look more appeasing to the eye because you're doing things purposefully, based on art techniques and design techniques. It's really design techniques, you know? I think probably the thing that I use the most is small, medium, and large. Just making sure that, you know, any shape, really. Like, if I'm looking at these three shapes, you know, I've got a large area here, and then this is probably a little bit smaller, and this is maybe more towards medium, but I could break that up a little bit more. So, like, if I actually come in and add one more small one, that feels better. Right? It feels more broken up. So you use small, medium, large shapes. Even just starting with focus on small, medium, and large. Right? Whatever you do. So if you're coming in here and doing um, you know, skin breakup. Even though a lot of this stuff is fairly like if you look at elephant skin, like the stuff we were doing back here, a lot of it's pretty parallel. But even so, like having large, medium, and small, like large, medium, small. You just find it everywhere, right? That's another good spot. Maybe this whole piece, large, medium, and a couple small pieces, right? We look at here, large, medium, small. Large, medium, small. Even just taking that one design methodology and focusing on that for a while, it really makes a big difference, right? And then once that becomes normal and you don't have to think about it anymore, move on to the next design, you know, pattern repetition or complex forms, all kinds of things. So it's really about how fast can you learn that stuff, because that really is a huge, huge part of how to make successful art in whatever type of art that you're doing. Is it the design? And not just, the overall concept, but how do your shapes look? How does the overall feel? What does the design of all the small little details feel like? You know, even from here, maybe we use larger wrinkles, and then maybe we use medium wrinkles, and then maybe use super small wrinkles. So, even just varying up, not necessarily the shapes that you're making, medium, large, small, that kind of thing, but also thinking about the size of the wrinkles. Yeah, exactly, Hannibal. It's really about learning those design principles, and those propagate to so many different things in so many different artistic fields, that the sooner you can learn all that stuff and the sooner you can practice and kind of nail all that, um, the better you'll get, more quickerist. This feels good. Who needs alphas? This goes this way. All right. I think that's pretty much going to do it for today, ladies and germs. Got some cool stuff done. I may look up some alphas for this next time. Yeah, this was fun. Glad we got to do some hands today. If you guys are interested, I have a hands tutorial that goes over creating hands from the very beginning in ZBrush. You can check that out on bengtsondesigns.com. Just take my last name, add an S, and then designs. So bengtsondesigns.com, you can check that out. It's pretty much the only tutorial that I have out at the moment. I am planning on more sculpting stuff, anatomy sculpting particularly. You can also follow my personal channel if you're interested. We're working on this dude. We're in the baking process right now. Hey. There we go. So this is the dude that we're working on. So we'll continue baking, and then we're going to get into some Substance Designer texturing here pretty soon. If you want to go back and see this sculpt happen, that is also available on ZBrushLIVE. If you go to, thank you, Jarl, appreciate that. So that's what we're working on my personal stream. We're almost done with baking. We'll get into texturing and Substance Painter here pretty soon. As for ZBrush, make sure to follow the Pixelogic channel here. There's a lot of other really, really amazing artists that are constantly working and sharing their stuff here, so make sure to follow them. Follow Pixelogic here. And I think that's it. Designer. Did I say designer? I meant texturing with Painter. Yeah, for the other one. Yeah, sorry about that. Yes, Substance Painter is where the other one will be done. So yeah, hope you guys had fun. Hope you guys learned a couple things. But most of all, I hope you were inspired to go make your own cool stuff. So do it. Get out there, go make some cool stuff. Give back to your community, and learn how to learn. Yeah. All right, guys. Have a good one. Have a great weekend. I will see you. I think I got one more stream this month, probably within the next week or two. All right. Later, y'all. Peace out.